I put this video together because I thought it would answer your questions a little bit better. So the first one is, let's look at this entering this 17 factorial. And let me get my calculator back up. And if I put this 17 factorial in, so 17, and then go to the math function and over to probability and down to the exclamation mark, and there it is, like you said. And the reason you see this here, and I'm circling it, is because your calculator cannot display something. This e to the 14th means there are 14. You would need to move this decimal place over 14 spots to come up with the actual number, and your calculator can't display that. It can handle maybe 10. So if I were to come back here and do something like 9 and get the math again, over to probability, it's able to handle. Course Compass would never ask for something like 17 factorial. However, it might be part of a larger formula which you would have to put in. For example, may be like this: 17, and I have to go over here to get the probability function and get the factorial. Enter, parentheses, and I want to divide it by 9 factorial. Yeah, let's make it even more bulletproof here. Divided by 15 factorial. And boom, boom, boom. Factorial. And enter. Now, even though your calculator can't handle the 17 factorial, can't display it on the screen, and it can't either do the 15 either, when you combine the two, it shows you the answer, which is 272, which is something that Course Compass would be very interested in you being able to put in. Okay, that is the answer to this first part here, and I'm circling the 17 factorial. Course Compass is never going to ask you for that. It'll ask you for something smaller, or it'll want you to put a formula together so that you get the smaller number. If you were to try to do the 17 factorial and then divide it by 15, get that first, and then get this one, and then divide the two, you're not going to be able to do that. You need to combine it. Okay, hopefully that helps. Answer similar. I figure how to determine where exactly the decimal. As I said, if you need to, it says e to the 14 here. You would need to move this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you need to move it 5 more, which you would need to put 5 zeros on the end of this to actually come up with what the answer is. And that's not the exact answer either, because when you move to scientific notation, which is what this is, you don't get an exact answer. If you have the problem number and which section it is, and you want to email it to me, I'll look and see what you're dealing with. But I'm very no other students are reporting this issue, so I think you're not putting it in the overall formula. Okay, let's go to the next one here, and I'm circling here. In fact, I can just I'll do this. And here's what you're asking for. You have 2.7 with a negative sign. And you're asking, well, how do you put that in the calculator? Let me go back to my calculator, and let's do that. So we have 2.71828, and here's the exponent sign, and then you put it in parentheses, and you put in the negative number right here, and there's the negative sign, negative 0.929, and then you hit enter, and lo and behold, there it is. Your last question, or if you just have a negative number, how do you put it in the calculator? Oh, didn't need to put that last part there. Anyway, I think I just showed it, but you actually have two signs here. And let me go through it just real quick. 5 minus 4, that's your minus sign. If you were to write the same thing and turn it into an addition problem, that would be 5 plus, and where's plus? There it is, plus. And then you're going to need to put in a negative 4, which is different than the minus sign. So that is how you put in negative numbers. And at this point, I think I've finished with this, with your questions, and I'll get this over to you.